Hello everybody, Ian Robson here for an episode of Idaho. Alright, we got things going on today. Alright, so we have the Case Patriot here. He's just ready to do a little bit of work here. So we have this field right here of soybeans, if memory serves. Let me just double check before I start spraying. Fruit types, soybeans. Good. And he is just working away here. He's going to start working away in a second. He'll probably be able to finish this field really quickly, I imagine, so that'll be good for us. So it's fertilizer type B for soybeans. Yes, it is. So let this guy do his thing, and we will continue with the spreading of the lime. So our, of course, so our Steiger doesn't catch up with us, basically. Basically, just continuing from the last episode. I didn't really do any off-camera work because I don't have time for that this morning because it is still in the AM before work. So I can't spend like an hour doing stuff before I start recording again. In reality, I took a 5-minute break and came back, basically. That's what it boiled down to in this scenario, so. But that's the way things go sometimes, right? So I guess I could turn my beacons on. The beacons on this are pretty good, actually. I like them, at least. Although I don't really need to have the beacons on. I think it actually is that. I was gonna say it looked like it was lagging for a second there because of the beacons, but I think that was just the way it seemed, not because it actually was lagging it at all. So it's funny with these big fields like this. It seems like things. Well, this one doesn't seem so bad. These fields are like nicely proportionally sized. It feels like on the Missouri map. It kind of reminds me a bit of the All-American farm where you had enormous fields. It just seems that way a little bit. And I think this field I started off with, I decided to start using was just the biggest field that was closest to me. And I totally forgot how long things take sometimes. It took a while to plant the field there initially. But that's the way things go. It does have the soil mod on it too now, which is kind of cool. I like the soil mod at least. It definitely adds a little bit, another element to it. Although I think on some of the depending on the size of the map, like some maps, I feel it caters to a bit better. Like this map is, because you have like various size fields, it's nice. Whereas if you have all just big fields, it probably would feel a bit tedious in some scenarios. But I don't know. It seems like the soil mod caters a bit more to some of the smaller maps. But that's just me, I think. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Everything's reversed in here, so like if I'm going right, it goes left. If I go left, right. If I go up and down, it's the same. But totally not used to that. Some people like those inverse, I don't know, you call it inverse axis or whatever. I don't. Never got used to it. Some people actually play first-person shooters like that too. That's what they're used to though, right? I can't say I've ever got used to that. I've when I played Modern Warfare back in the day, whenever I picked up someone else's computer and I played on it for a bit, whatever, and they had the inverse axis, whatever it's called, set up, always threw me off. I always had to change it like immediately. But that's just me. Some people really enjoy that. I don't know. It makes more sense to them, but it didn't make sense to me. So. Crazy. I don't know why it's missing that little spot. I think it's because if you see there's a curve right here, and I think that's the reason what's happening with it. It's just missing that curve just a little tiny bit, and that's just enough for it to miss that little tiny spot there. So what's the pH level here? Should probably keep an eye on that. Yeah, it's still extreme. Still extreme, so not really worth it. Or not really, well. If I left it like that, anything we put in here would not be worth it at all. You'd basically just waste the money away. Although we put wheat on this field last, I think it was barley on this field last time, and that was a good choice because we did get all the chaff off of it, and we got like 2 bunkers worth, which is really good because 2 bunkers worth is worth a ton of money, and a ton of slurry, which is nice because then we make more money on the crops. And, oops, it's not what I was looking for. Not manure. Some of the crops are now the commodities, I guess I should call them. in this scenario because I'm looking at price history and whatnot. Some of them are recovering now. Oats is slowly returning back to a decent price. Potatoes, I haven't done any potatoes yet. I really should plant potatoes on this map because I've been told that potatoes is something that people grow in Idaho, and they're actually a pretty decent price too. So, as you can see, after selling that one load of soybeans, the price tanked. Not considerably, but enough so it's not as worth it as it was before. Sugar beets are still worth a lot of money in this map. Wheat, I don't think we have any wheat at all. I lied, we do have wheat. Not very much of it, but we do have some wheat, so we could... Lots of barley and lots of canola. So when those prices, you know, recover, we'll definitely sell some of that because that will be awesome. Alright, here. It's fine, there's this little strip right here I'm gonna miss. Because if you look carefully, like if I were to... Alright, let's just finish this up here. If I were to spray all this, I don't know if it's worth it or not. Anyways, let's hop over to... Oops, wrong buttons. Excellent, so I did the whole field. So this is that one blemish on this field, it feels like. I feel like this wasn't supposed to be here. Maybe it was, I don't know. I don't know what stage these are at right here. This is corn, if you remember. I think that's stage 2. Strong, so this needs some fertilizer as well. Alright, so let's do that. Just walk through the fence. I don't know, I always forget where the entrances are to some of these fields. It's never obvious to me, at least. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll fill up this guy with fertilizer. And corn, I have no idea what corn likes. Oops. Corn likes fertilizer C. Okay, let's just do that now before I forget about it. I didn't realize, but you can actually change the steering on this thing, so you can do all-wheel steer, which is nice. So you can make some of those tighter corners if you want to. So you can do a circle really easily. Or you can, you know, if you're going around the edge of the field, it's nice for adjusting and whatnot. So, alright, let's get this guy set up. Corn, fertilizer C. So, let's just see what happens if I'm just curious about this. If I go here to A, is it going to fill up A? Is it going to work at all, I should say? No. Okay, that's interesting. So, let me just check something out here for a second. So they each have their individual triggers. Oh, okay. That's interesting to know. So they each have individual triggers, and I can't, if I'm on C, I can't fill up. Okay. So on Missouri map, for whatever reason, if I went to like B, it seemed like I was able to fill up. It would change it to B and fill up on the fertilizer B. But that's good because if you set it to this, these placeables will lock it in basically. They won't let you fill up if you're set to something else basically, which is really, really nice. Because that allows you to, if you wanted to, you could set up course play with them, which is really cool, especially for larger fields. So what would happen is in larger fields you'd have to always make sure you select or set it up so your vehicle stops at the end of the course and goes from there. What is this field up here? 13, I think it is. Yeah. I don't know where that starting point is, but I think it's actually way over there. Oof, apparently got a little bit of air there. Alright, so if I get this guy to spray this field, I like the person who made this map did a really good job of making some of the fields not all flat. Like there's little tiny bits of bumps and whatnot, which is really nice. Because it does add like an interesting, you know, It's not all just flat, you know. I like it at least. I'm sure some people would disagree with me, but... Alright. So let's set this guy up here. And... I really didn't want to have to drive through the fence, so I drove all the way around, but there we go. Anyways, let's continue with the... I guess I will do this little end bit here. Might as well. It'll also increase the pH of the edges a little bit too, which is good, because, of course, those edges are factored in when you actually combine, which is kind of funny. Well, not that funny, I guess, but just odd when you think about it. I don't know how you'd go about, like, with this type of spreader, you really can't adjust where you're spreading, so I guess there would be places where you would overspray, I guess, would be the word I'm thinking of. Because you really can't get around it. Because this one's right, kind of what they call, I believe, not a broadcast seeder, but a broadcast type system for lime. So you'd really have to, I don't know what you would do. Hey, if you're a farmer and you have used this style of system, let me know. How do you control the edges? I guess what you'd probably do is you'd do a headland around the outside first, just to make sure you got the edges, and then you'd go up and down the field, and then... That would be my guess, at least. Of course, I'm doing this, so... That's the reason why it's, well, it's not too bad. The GPS mod helps a lot to make sure you're lining it up nicely. It's funny, some people have asked for a tutorial on how to use the GPS mod. It's, I don't know why I haven't done it yet. It's not that difficult. At this point, I think the reason why I'm like, is there really a reason? Because as soon as FS 2015 hits, all the mods are going to be obsolete, but there aren't going to be many, let's just say that. Unless the conversion process is really easy, I don't know for sure. But, if the conversion process is easy, then that'll be good. If it's not, well... don't hit the fence. The brakes aren't good enough, I guess. I don't know. Usually conversion process is really easy to do. Like, I remember when I converted a few mods from... 2011 to 2013, it's really easy. Although in terms of graphics, it's like night and day. Like, some of the 2011 mods are just not very pretty in comparison to 2013 stuff, so it all depends. Alright. What else do we need to do? So we need to plant this field, and those two, and those ones aren't ready yet. And we need to plant 10. Alright, which means we need to use either our case, or we need to get another tractor. But I kind of want to get another combine first. I don't know, that feels like it might be a better option. Alright. Got maybe 2 passes left on this field, and then we'll be done finally. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I missed that little bump there. It seems strange. He's not driving that fast. I don't know why he would miss it. It seems like he would be able to get it easily enough. Like, so right here, I kind of understand a bit more here because there is a bit of a ridge right here. But yeah, they definitely they definitely missed that. I don't know. That plow misses those parts, but I guess the cultivator I don't think did. So I don't know. Ah well. It's a no-till seeder that we have, basically, so... The brakes in this are so slow. It's a no-till seeder, so it's kind of funny when you think about it. So you'd think, like, hey, doesn't make a difference. But you basically have to... Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. There's a little bit of overlap in the edge there. It's kind of funny, because we have a no-till seeder, so it really doesn't matter whether we cultivate or plow or anything like that. But, in terms of this game, because the soil mod, you do need to plow stuff under... It would be interesting if they included stuff like no-till seeding. It'd be interesting to see, you know, how that would affect certain things. Because in real life, of course, no-till is a good option. because that does help create lots of plant matter in the soil and whatnot. Or not create, but leave plant matter in the soil. Beauty. Alright, I love how this truck goes 100 clicks. It makes transporting it around really nice. When you do it yourself, at least. Alright, let's fill up a little bit of fuel. And this is where a situation where you need to change it to A so you can refill the fertilizer up as well. There we go. And let's hop into this guy. He's done. This is good. And are there any other fields we need to fertilize? I don't think so. I think this was the only field we need to fertilize. There are some weeds there, though. Maybe we should... No. I don't know. Doesn't seem like we need it yet. Alright, so... we fertilize 1, 13, 10 has nothing in it, 24 and 25 have nothing in it. Neither does... yeah. Those ones don't have anything in them either yet. Actually, let's take this back to the main farm. See? That's an example of how awesome this... let's just see how fast we can... or what kind of turning radius we have. That's really small. Holy cow. That's impressive, actually. I wonder if you can do that in real life. I wonder if it really turns that tight. Because that would be pretty impressive, actually. And the inside of this is pretty slick, I have to admit. They did a good job. Like I said before, the little spray pattern itself, it seems like it's a bit off. I should ask David Oldfield what changes he actually made to his, because he actually MR'd it. And I wonder if he made any additional changes. I should ask him. Because he really likes this Case Patriot. I'm a bit more partial to the Rogator. That's just me. Someone asked me in the comments a while ago, they asked me, why do you like self-propelled sprayers? I think it's just because I don't have to worry about attaching a tractor to it. And it's all just, you know, once it's there, it's attached, it's good to go, basically. Alright. This guy can just chill out there for the time being. Ooh, what's his lights doing on? There we go. Alright, so... how is this guy doing here? Slowly making his way. Let's check his pH level here. What's it look like? 9. Wow. Nope. Apparently it's neutral here. Okay, well, neutral is good. It's a bit strange. 6, 7 neutral. That's surprising, actually. We put a good... wow, that's really surprising. There are places where it's... so here it's... that's really strange. Like, if you look at how it's changing there, it's going from, like, low pH to high pH. It almost seems like you'd have to do, like, some sort of variable distribution. So it's like, alright, so here I'll put this, and here I'll put that. Oh, goodness. Let's check on this guy real quick. How much is this for? 89%, and this guy's 71%. So, those are going to be ready soon. Empty and empty, which is good. So let's take a quick peek at the shop. The question is, do we want a new combine first, or do we want a new tractor in order to seed? Because we do have to... like, these fields around here are small enough for the New Hollands. I feel like I could probably just leave the New Hollands down the main farm there. It seems that way, at least. I don't know. Let's just take a quick peek at the shop. Harvesters. Ah, yes. We don't have any new harvesters anyways. That's the reason why I haven't bought one yet. Never mind. So maybe what we'll do is buy a tractor this time around. And by the time, like, I can progress time a little bit. So 11% is probably not going to take very long. Let's just see. I can probably get this guy going. Yeah. So there, 930, that's perfect. Okay, so we'll get this guy rolling on here. And then that'll probably 600,000 liters. I don't know how much money that is, but I imagine it's quite a lot. So we get that guy rolling there. Okay, good. I don't feel so bad about buying a new tractor now. Alright, so we need a powerful tractor in order to pull our seeder. Let's see what we got. We have one of these guys right here. Which is good for our plowing and cultivating, seeding and stuff like that. But let's just see what we have in terms of high horsepower tractors that aren't articulated. What options do we have available to us? We have that is probably not enough horsepower. 7310, that probably is enough horsepower to pull a seeder, I would suspect. That's 200 grand though. 340 horsepower. This is, I would love, well, I could get this, but I've used this before, so these are 215. I could get one of these actually. I've never used these before. Or there is, that is, doesn't say. Big beast for big farmers. Enjoy it and have a good game. Alright, that's 400 horsepower. The 8360, 7810, no. Where is it? 9560. This is a nice tractor actually. What else do we have here? I thought there was a couple other ones we had. Here it is, 125, and this one is 250, and I think there's one other one that's in here that's kind of in this. It's an 80th series. That's not that expensive. Here it is, and this has 330 horsepower. I believe that would be, I want to say that'd be enough to pull that guy. It's 330 horsepower, and the other one we have that could do it is this American. This 340 horsepower, and it's got the dualies on it at all times. It's too bad you can't take them off actually. It'd be nice if you could. 340 versus, I've used this before, so let's not use that, but I've never used the, can't afford these. This guy, right? Not this guy. This guy. 330 horsepower. I think it should be able to. This is me contemplating in my mind. What the heck? Let's get it. I suspect that would have enough horsepower to do most things. So let me just show you that. So this is the 8530 John Deere. This is a really nice model. I really like this tractor. They did a pretty good job on just about everything. I haven't encountered any problems with it as of yet. I like how it has a weight on it. I don't know why, but I like tractors with weights in the front of them. It comes standard. This is the inside. As you can see through your body and whatnot. But it looks like a pretty good engine. Can you do anything fancy with it? You can put weights on the inside, which is good. And you can put twin wheels. Oh, okay. That's good. And it does have the, what else does it have? 4, 5, 6 doors. And this is the other really cool thing about this tractor. Check this out. The mod author went through enough trouble to make it so you could lift the hood up and look underneath the hood. Like, how cool is that? Like, look at that. That is amazing. Anyways. Alright, let's close the hood up. Let's fire this guy up. And doesn't have indoor sound though. That's a shame. And even when as far as see that, you can see the universal joints down there turning. That's awesome. Let's just disregard the lights. Oh, I needed to go that way, didn't I? Yes, I did. Alright, now I thought it was lagging for a second there. I thought it would be thought it was lagging a bit. I feel this thing would have more than enough horsepower to pull that seeder, I suspect. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree, disagree? It should. Like, 340 horsepower should be enough to pull it. And it's got the weight behind it. It's got the front weights, it's got the duals. This is actually a little bit chunky on frame rate wise. What button is it? Whoa, not that button. Yikes. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, no, maybe it doesn't. It just looks that way. Hmm. Must be the way I'm moving stuff. But yeah, this is a really nice John Deere. Get it from Mod Poster if you're interested. I believe that's where I got it from. Alright. Alright, let's grab the seeder. Oh, come on. There we go. And let's put the duals on it, which is Z if memory serves. There we go. Yeah, that seems about right, I think. And let's put the weights on. Good, they are on. Sweet. Alright, folks. There we go. So we got a new John Deere 8530, which is excellent. It's a nice tractor. That's a pretty good sound to it. Anyways, I'm going to stop the episode there, and there's a couple reasons why. First of all, it's a good stopping point, and second of all, I have to get to work. So, folks, my name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, coming at you from Idaho. Catch you guys later.